Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Broku. Welcome back to the channel. And today I wanted to cover a quite different topic from usual. It's a lot more, I guess, fun and funny and a bit more interesting than normal. And that is explaining white clover. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, what the hell are you talking about? But if you follow me on Twitter, if you're on Twitter and you follow a bunch of black clover accounts, you're probably gonna know what white clover is. And it's basically a meme and a joke that people in the black clover community have been using for a while now. And I just kind of want to explain why it's there and kind of a bit of its origins. Because I remember before when it wasn't even called white clover. So that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. Not going to be too long here. So I'm just going to explain what white clover is and see how you can maybe join in on the fun. If you guys end up enjoying this video, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Anyways, let's get into it. So, you all know, if you were a Black Clover fan from early on, it was kind of rough because you were pretty much kind of made fun of for being a fan because it was apparently a shit show and there was so much better than it. It was a knockoff Naruto, a knockoff Fairy Tail, and a knockoff My Hero Academia. Somehow it was all three of those in one. And then it gets to the point of people critiquing Black Clover. People are putting out YouTube videos talking about Black Clover. And you see some of these critiques are just objectively wrong and they're just really bad. And so you're like almost thinking that these people are reading a different series from you or watching a different series from you. And this is where the origin of White Clover came in. But first, it started off as not White Clover, but Dark Clover. And so if you saw somebody tweet or comment a very bad critique of Black Clover, or a very bad, I guess, power scale of it, and you would say, oh, what are you reading, Dark Clover? Because, you know, it's like they're reading a completely different series than you are, because it's such a bad critique. Some of these critiques are like saying that the devil had no motivations, even though its motivations was to take over the world and get a grimoire and get a body. So it's three motivations right there. And then there was also other critiques like saying that the devil was too obvious but also came out of nowhere at the same time, which is literally impossible to have an oxymoron like that. You can't have it be too obvious but completely out of nowhere at the same time. It's not how it works. It's like, oh, you're reading Dark Clover. And if somebody said something stupid like, oh, Os is not that strong, he's just like an Olympic level athlete with an anti-magic sword, even though how would an Olympic level athlete keep up with people who are moving at light speed and faster than light speed? It's not going to happen. So that's one thing. Like, oh, are you reading Dark Clover? So it started off as Dark Clover. Honestly, I think it sounds a bit cooler and almost a bit more funny, but what kind of happened from here is a lot of people, like the people that this is being used against, not the people who were, I guess, in on the joke, but the people who were saying the false critiques, they just assumed you were talking about Black Clover. They didn't really get the joke. They just assumed that you meant Black Clover and not Dark Clover. So kind of quickly over time, that's when it evolved into White Clover, because white's the opposite of black. There is no White Clover. It doesn't sound that similar to Black Clover like Dark Clover does, and it's a lot more obvious of a joke. And so if you're saying you're reading White Clover, the person's going to automatically know that you're fucking with them and you're making fun of them. And so that's kind of how it went from Dark Clover to White Clover. So whenever you see somebody bring up a critique of Black Clover and it's really bad, it's not like a good critique, like maybe they don't like, if a good critique would be like, oh, I don't like the word devil because he didn't have a lot of character, and they explain why. It's like, okay, that's a critique. But they say they didn't like the word devil because he didn't have any motivations. That's just objectively wrong critique because, well, he had motivations, at least three. Another thing would be saying that Yuno's a Mary Sue or a Gary Stu, when objectively he is not a Mary Sue or Gary Stu. I did a video on this. He passes the Mary Sue / Gary Stu index with flying colors. He gets a negative on that. He was not even close to one, and it's easy to see now, especially within the last few chapters. So if you see somebody say that Yuno is a Mary Sue or a Gary Stu, say, what are you reading? Are you reading White Clover? And it's just stuff like that. And then it's now expanded into these memes of it's just people are making it for fun. Like this meme right here where it's like Asta's killing Deku and he's not even in his normal uniform, his head over bleach characters. It's just become this huge meme now, and it's a really funny thing. Like I see it all the time on Twitter and stuff like that. And I just want to make this video because, you know, every once in a while I see White Clover commented on my YouTube channel, and somebody will respond saying, "What's White Clover?" Like they don't understand the whole entire concept. So honestly, I want to do this not only to educate people, but just to expand the meme, make it even bigger. White Clover, it's just it's great. It's a great time. You know, we're always laughing about it, and it's just a great comeback when somebody has a terrible critique to say, "Oh, you're reading White Clover." It'll either piss them off or they just won't even respond. So that's really pretty much it for this video. I'm gonna leave some White Clover memes down below, or not down below, but playing at the end of my commentary just so you can see some of them. But yeah, guys, let's get into this White Clover. Let's expand it even more. Make some of your own White Clover memes, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'll leave a link below in the description so you can see, because literally I see White Clover stuff all the time, so it's a good way if you want to see it. But that being said, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. One thing I want to say is that, yeah, last week I changed my YouTube channel name and I changed my YouTube logo, and that is basically both for the same reason. I just wanted to make my channel a bit simpler. I like simple. it's just something I've always preferred. Broku is better than Broku no Hero in my opinion. People always call me Broku instead of Broku no Hero anyways, and honestly, people get confused sometimes because Broku no Hero is very close to Boku no Hero, which was, I was naming that channel that way because I thought I was going to do half My Academia content, which I barely do, maybe every few months. So I removed that, even though I plan to do more in the future. And I changed the logo just because, honestly, the old logo was just Yami with my own brand character, Broku, his head photoshopped onto it. I just kind of threw that together when I made the channel, and I was like that for over a year, and I just kept forgetting to change it. And so I just made a stav rune for the new logo. If you guys know what that is, there's the runes in Norse mythology. A stav rune is you just combine runes to make a random symbol. So I just combined some runes to make a symbol for the channel. Again, it's just a simple rune. I just used one rune and altered them a little bit to turn that into a stav rune. Again, I just like simple design. I think it's a simple logo, simple name. So yeah, that's why I changed it. I know some people caught on. Some people say, "Oh, why did you do that without explaining it?" It's because I didn't really think I need much explaining. I mean, the name's not that different. I just took off 2 words. I guess the logo, though, is pretty different. But yeah, it's just a stav rune. It's using the rune Ur or Uruz. And I just basically copy and pasted a few, moved them around. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But with that being said, guys, that's it for the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You guys all have an amazing day. Plus...